What's happening, gang? It's your boy Retro back again with another reaction video. Yeah. Today we got New York Attorney General Letitia James and that corrupt judge Arthur Engoron both find themselves in a world of trouble, you guys. We've got Letitia James to lose her appeal after being caught on video by Donald Trump, you guys. We have seen Fani Willis in the past, couple weeks, couple days, finding herself in the same type of legal trouble, where she's, battling losing her job essentially. We got Jack Smith in sort of the same position where his position as a whole is in question, like his appointment by Merrick Garland. I feel like a lot of these corrupt figures that have been weaponizing the Department of Justice system against Trump are now having their day. Now we got Letitia James about to lose her appeal on Trump based on this following video. I'm excited to check out what's going on, so we're gonna get straight into the video. So I get my thoughts on the back end of the video, guys. So definitely stick around until the end. So I just get my thoughts on the back end, guys. Also, you to push this video out, definitely stick around until the end. But yo, let's get straight into it, you guys. Before we do that, though, make sure you guys hit that like button, guys, and also smash that subscribe button, guys. For Road to the Truth. Hop aboard for the journey. Let's get into it, y'all.
Judge Engoron's verdict is delayed, which is good for Trump. And Letitia James is caught overplaying a weak hand, setting this whole thing up for an appeal. This is Doug in Exile. I'm Doug, and you're my happy patriots that I meet with every day. So thanks for watching. Here's the headline from Newsweek. Donald Trump may win appeal against Letitia James. So we'll get into which one this is. Over his real estate estimates in New York. He was already ordered to pay some money, but now Letitia James are going for about $375 million. Why is that important? Well, E. Jean Carroll got a settlement of $83 million, and Trump's going to appeal that. But he still has to post a bond for that. That means he has to put a piece of something of value, probably real estate, up against that money, like $90 million worth of property that they hold, and then Trump has to pay. It'll probably cost him money to run that appeal. Well, this one is much harder to appeal because it costs so much more money. Not only may Trump win appeal against Letitia James, here's the federal judge postpones trial in Trump's D.C. election interference case. That's Jack Smith and Chutkin. We already went into that. I'm just giving you guys a summary of how he's winning that because it's basically been pulled off the docket. It's been delayed. AP News, federal judge in D.C. postpones Trump's March trial on charges of plotting to overturn the election. There's New York Times, after speedy start, appeals court slows down on Trump immunity decision. So that's all gummed up. Good for Trump. Here's USA Today. New York judge, that's Engoron, delays ruling on damages in Donald Trump's fraud trial. This is The Guardian. Verdict in Trump's New York fraud trial delayed until early to mid-February. That's this month. And then CNN, verdict in Trump New York business fraud could come by mid-February. Now, I think he's terrified to pull the trigger on this one because he knows he's overplaying a weak hand. Here's Letitia James. We have her on video claiming this isn't political.
The president of the United States has complained that I'm engaging in some sort of political witch hunt, that I've got some personal vendetta against him, that I campaigned against him. That is not true.
Literally, it is true. Here's the actual clips of her before that was recorded, of her with a vendetta against Trump, campaigning against Trump.
Illegitimate president who sits in the White House. That president, because he's not my president, he's an illegitimate president.
Yeah, she's an election denier, calling him an illegitimate president. Here's the rest of that Newsweek article. Donald Trump may have strong grounds for an appeal in his New York fraud trial, as there is only very weak evidence that anyone was hurt due to his actions, a law professor said. They have to prove there was damages. They don't have any. In September, Judge Arthur Engoron issued a partial summary judgment in the case brought by New York Attorney General Letitia James, ruling that the former president and top executives of the Trump organization committed fraud. Engoron held that Trump grossly inflated the value of his assets to obtain more favorable terms for lenders and insurers. We already went into this not being fraud. This is common business practice in New York. It's how it's done. Trump and Letitia James, clashed frequently during the trial, with both accusing the other of racism and politicizing the trial, which I think it's funny that Trump called her a racist, which is true. She flat out said that he was too white and too old and all that. And then here's Engoron will rule on how much the front runner for the 2024 Republican presidential nominee will pay in damage, as well as on 6 other occasions, including falsifying business records, insurance fraud, and conspiracy claims. James is seeking the return of $370 million in profits that Trump allegedly made. That is ridiculous. And this is a problem for Trump because it's very hard to commit an appeal if you don't have the money to pay for it. So what is he going to do? Come up with a $370 million bond to put up? He has to put up $370 million worth of property before he can appeal that case. And this is all just magic money that Engoron pulled out. I think this thing gets appealed, probably overturned, just because Letitia James, we have her on video saying she's only politically going after Trump and ran on it. Professor Greg Germain of Syracuse University of Law told Newsweek that Trump may be able to convince an appeal court that James had not proven he had committed fraud. So they have to prove that he committed fraud. They still didn't do it. Quote, the traditional job of an attorney general is to protect innocent citizens who cannot protect themselves, such as consumers and investors. In this case, the attorney general is supporting to protect the large financial institution who can protect themselves. So see, normally you're protecting the people. She's coming out and protecting the giant banks and real estate against Trump, a citizen. Who can protect themselves and did not request the attorney general's protection. Like, hey, Letitia, we didn't ask for your help. The banks didn't, and the real estate. So while motive is not directly relevant to the issue before them, I don't think the judges will be able to ignore the ramifications of their decision, he said, as this gets appealed up to new judges. This case involves punishing Trump primarily for past harm in using an overstated financial statement. I think he has a strong argument that when the attorney general seeks to punish for past use rather than prevent future use, she would have to show all of the traditional elements of fraud in his past work, and she could not find any and did not. So Engoron's going to have to make up stuff when he announces how much money Trump's going to have to pay. Watch this. Watch. Germain said Engoron may try to shape this week's judgment to try to include examples of past fraud. So he has to put examples of fraud in there because he still hasn't made his case. And here he's going to try and get Trump to pay $375 million. New York Executive Order 36.12, under which Letitia James took her case, gives her wide powers to investigate alleged business fraud. While the attorney general's motive is not technically a defense, it should weigh heavily on the judge's minds in deciding whether 63.12 gives the attorney general such extraordinary powers to punish false information, even if the information was not intentional, was not relied on, and did not harm anyone, he said. And all I can say to that on the reason why this was applied so widely, here's Letitia James running for office.
Until victory is won, but more importantly, until Trump is defeated.
That does not sound like a neutral pro-law person. She's on a witch hunt against Trump, using the corrupt New York legal system to do it. This needs to be appealed, and a higher court needs to throw this thing out. And Letitia James should be tried herself. Trump should countersue the city of New York for what they're doing here. Talk about defamation.
Yo, there we have it, guys. Coming from our friend Doug in Exile. Definitely going to be sure to leave that original video link down in the description box below for those of you who want to go over there and check that out. Also, for you guys to go over there and show our friend Doug a bit of love. I will say it again, and I've been saying it, you guys. The corrupt New York Attorney General Letitia James, guys, has been weaponizing the Department of Justice system against Trump solely for political and personal interests. This whole time, this whole case was a political witch hunt. The civil fraud case didn't even make sense. Trump didn't commit any type of fraud. This was, she comparing residential value to actual, business commercial value of Mar-a-Lago. It just doesn't make sense. It's apples to oranges. This lady is way out of her league, and I'm not sure how this hasn't been slammed down yet by higher courts. Boy, am I so happy for the internet, guys, and how nothing ever goes away. We've got that video, all those videos of, Letitia James campaigning forever. So whenever she wants to come out and say, I am very impartial, I carry out the law, I'm an advocate for the legal and justice system, it just doesn't make sense. No, you're not. Letitia James, we know your motives now. There is no hiding from it. There is no, putting the wool over our eyes. Your campaign efforts, your campaign slogan was literally, you get me elected, I'm going to take down Trump. Whatever, by any means, whatever it takes, I'm going to get him down. I'm actually pretty surprised that she got in her seat based off that campaign slogan, ending Trump, that she was going to, hunt Trump down until the end of time, guys. But then again, it's New York, it's corrupt New York, so they want to see someone like that, a political figure who is just not for the legal system. That's okay, though. She can sing that tune all she wants, that she's so impartial and she's a neutral party, guys. No way, no how. We got the clips. We got her caught on video with the megaphone, so we made sure we heard it, screaming that she's going to take Trump down. And this is before she even made the statement saying that she was a very neutral party, and she would never weaponize the legal system against anyone, guys. It just doesn't make sense to me how these rogue agents can't see past those TDS blinders. It just really amazes me. Trump derangement syndrome is alive and a very real thing, guys. The way we were seeing it on display, Letitia James is so blatantly, coming after Trump only because he's trying to get in the office this year, guys. That's the only reason why she's been coming after him nail and tooth, guys. I'm not sure how she doesn't see it, though. She wakes up every morning and goes to sleep every night with Donald Trump on her mind, guys. If that's not political or personal, I don't know what is, guys. Very excited to see what, the higher courts do on this appeal. Hopefully Trump can get that appeal, just based off of how unfair this whole judgment has been from the start. We can't forget that, corrupt Judge Engoron had a verdict before the trial even started. We got her on camera saying that also. Letitia James literally just admits fault in every corner. Like, she's putting it on camera, putting it on the internet for everyone to see. She's already said that, Judge Engoron and her got a verdict before the case even began. So we know what's going to happen. I think we should get appeal based off of that. I don't think Trump should have to put up that $75 million bond in order to appeal. To be quite honest, this botched political hack job case should have been tossed out a long time ago. Higher court should have seen it and stepped in, slammed down Letitia James immediately, guys, just based off her bringing the wrong charges on Trump. This is no civil fraud. Mar-a-Lago was valued at its correct value. You don't see any banks or any lenders or investors upset about what he's valued at. And those are the people whose money is on the line. So I just don't understand, the insurance people aren't hitting you up. The banks aren't hitting you up. Why is Letitia James? Why is she coming after me? It doesn't make sense, guys. Definitely hop in the comment section and let me know your thoughts. I think we're going to see the end of Letitia James. She's definitely going to lose that appeal. That's what I believe. Definitely hop in the comment section. Let me know if I'm wrong, guys. Is she losing that appeal? Hop in the comment section. Let me know, guys. Also, make sure you guys smash that like button, guys. It does not cost a thing. Hit that like button for your boy. And also hit that subscribe button, guys, as we're on the road to the truth. Hop aboard for the journey. I'll catch you guys on the next one.